and currently I'm on daily time frame, and so I want you to take note of what I am looking at, both the support and resistance. Of course, you know that I'm a support and resistance trader, so we want to look at the major support area as well as the major resistance area so that we know what we are doing. So first and foremost, okay, the major resistance area for now is 3430. 3430. This is okay. Why? Because we have some number of touches over there, and along the way I will explain those touches, what it really entails. Okay, so that is our major resistance level. Then we come to our major support level, which is going to be 3150, which is this one. Okay, this one. This is our major resistance area. So having that in place, we can tell that if price happens to continue to break below, there will be some form of retest and then come all the way to 3150. Okay, so that is what I'm looking at. But if price happens to break a little bit above 3380, then we focus on the buy. Okay, so I have the notes around it at the top here. As a buy gold after the resistance, which is 3380, is broken, then you target 3430 and above, because of we are having a lot of news along the way. But currently, okay, I'm looking at this as a bearish week. Okay, so I'll be focusing on the sell. I said something the last time, those who came to my live when I was interpreting the market for the buy. Okay, I told you that there has been a statement which is being released in the atmosphere, and that has to do with Trump looking forward to sack Fed. But in the process, Trump made a statement that he sees no need to have Fed sack. Instead, he requests him, or he demands that he do the right thing. So hearing that alone suggests to me that I should go bearish, and so you realize that I was selling along the way. So what I want you to work with, okay, you can work with these prices, and 3380, these are the prices you should be working with. Okay, if price breaks above this one, then you focus on the buy. But in the meantime, okay, I expect the price to come a little bit and make some retest, and then your first TP should be 3300, and then the next one should be this. But because there's going to be a lot of news, we will monitor. There's something I'm looking forward for, which has to do with the FOMC meeting. Okay, after the FOMC meeting, then we can get a certain information as to how the NFP is going to move. Okay, but in the meantime, we are looking at the price to sort of retest and then continue with the sell. Okay, because it appears to be bearish. If it is going to be a buy, okay, then when it goes to the 3430, price break above it, and then that is it. Okay, but it is rather unfortunately it breaks below it. Okay, so let's continue. Let's go to I also make a note over here. If price breaks below 3300, okay, that indicates a bearish move, and so you focus on the sell, okay, all the way to 3245, okay, as well as 3150. So let's work with this. On the 4-hour time frame, let's check on the 4-hour time frame. So on the 4-hour time frame, you can tell that having read the information, the statement of President Trump saying that there's no need for he having Fed to go, okay, in terms of firing Fed, but instead he want to maintain him, but he should do the right thing. I started focusing on the sell from that time, okay, all the way to the, if you're on my Telegram page, you realize that I was maintaining my sell. I also said in my previous analysis that I'm going to focus on the buy. However, if there is a different information as to Fed being sacked, then I'm going to continue selling. But if that materialized, okay, then I'm going to go more of the buy, okay. But since the statement came that he's not going to fire him, okay, then I changed to maintain the sell, and that is how come you see the sell. Now, having given you the daily major supports and resistance, okay, which is 3430 and then 315, this ones I'm referring to, this ones, okay, 3430 major resistance, and then 3150, which is major resistance, okay. We want to also look at major resistance as on the 4-hour time frame, okay. So on a 4-hour time frame, we have the major resistance to be let me draw it here. So plus or minus, I'm going to work with this place, okay, and then this place is going to give me 8. So plus or minus, I'm going to maintain my 3380, okay, 3380 as my resistance area, okay. So let's take note of the 4-hour time frame, and then obviously the next one is going to be 3400. So these are the ones I'm going to work with on the 4-hour time frame with the resistance. If I'm to work with the resistance, this is my major resistance that I'm going to go with. So R, okay, so I'll work with this one, R1, and then of course this one becomes R2. So R2 is going to be 3430. If price breaks above any of these ones, then I know I'm going to switch to the buy. But in the meantime, you see that the price is making a bearish move, okay. So we want to maintain the move. We want to focus on the sell, okay, meaning that I'm expecting the price to sort of make a retest and then we continue to the downside. Now let's proceed. The next, which is the support, okay, the support, I'm going to work with this one, okay. The next possible support area will be this two, okay. Then the resistance is going to be this two. So just take note of it, okay. But I am not going to really work with the top one, which is 3430 for now, okay. But instead I'll work with this one until I see a breakout. Then I'll focus on the possible place of resistance. But as it stands now, I'm going to work with R1, and then I'll work with support 1. This is going to be support 1. This is S1, and then S2, S1, and then this one is going to give us S2. Okay, so these are the support areas that I'll be dealing with. Okay, now let's move to on the 1 hour time frame. But you can tell, okay, that price has made some touches there. Before we go to 1 hour time frame, you can see some touches over there. Okay, we have some touches, couple of touches, right? So this place appears to be a breakout, but it's not fully complete. So we expect it to be complete and then make a retest, and then we'll continue with the sell. So that's what I'm looking at. Let's go to 1 hour time frame. On a 1 hour time frame, this is what I have. Okay, so I have the trend line making some touches there. So I have a touch over here, I have some touches there. Okay, and then it appears to be a breakout over here. Price breaks from there. So after the breakout, price came down, make some retest over here, and currently this is where we are. Looking at where it has gotten to, there's a tendency that the price is going to get to this area or this buy zone. So let's take note of that. Is that okay? For those who are looking forward to swing, make sure if price happens to get to 65.3365, okay, when you enter a sell from that point, make sure that you hold, okay, all the way to 3300, all the way to 3245. Okay, so let's take note of that. NFP, let's talk about, because there are a lot of news this time around. Let's go there. We have a lot of news, and so I will be particular with the NFP in terms of its direction after the FOMC meeting. Okay, so if you're not following me on the Telegram page, make sure that you follow me over there so that I'll give you the update on the NFP, and then we trade together. Obviously I'll be coming live, I'll trade it live so that we all benefit. Okay, so let's take note of that. But as it stands now, price is making a bearish move. Price is making a bearish move. Okay, price is making a bearish move. So whatever you are doing, even if you are taking a buy, make sure that you don't really focus that much. Okay, make sure you go for more sell than the buy. The buy should be scalping, while the sell should be your major target, your focus, right? Okay, so let's see how the market plays this week. Very necessary, very necessary. I am also looking at the FOMC. If the rate is paused, okay, then I'm looking forward to sell gold. Okay, like the rate that will come out, if it happens to be paused in the FOMC meeting, then it means that, of course, it validates more of the sell regardless of what news, okay, as well as the tariff. I'm looking at few things that will come out from the FOMC. Okay, FOMC comes before the NFP. So after that one, then we, based on its information, to make a judgment on as to what to focus on. But as it stands now, make sure that your resistance, okay, so if price breaks below 3300, focus on selling all the way to this place. Okay, basically I've said that. Okay, So let's do that, and I think it's going to help all of us. In the meantime, try to follow me on my page so that I will give you updates as to what we are looking at. Okay, but on the 1 hour time frame, it's clear over there that has been a breakout retest, and they came down. We are expecting a little bit pullback. Okay, go up a little bit and then continue with the sell. So let's watch how the market plays out this week. Okay, but I am going to focus on, I'm still focusing on the sell, right? So that is how it appears to be. On this note, I would want to encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. If there's any question, suggestion, why not, you can leave it under the comment section, and